Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Greg. I'm going to go over cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, and a little bit Grayscale Bitcoin Trust too here, right? So, you know, there's probably some people that are new to my channel. It's like, why does this guy go over Grayscale Bitcoin Trust? Well, if you can compare assets, not compare, I should say, but basically Grayscale Bitcoin Trust, all they have in their portfolio is Bitcoin. So if Grayscale Bitcoin goes up, then Bitcoin probably could be going up. If it's dropping like a rock, that probably means Bitcoin's going to drop like a rock. More than likely, nothing's 100% markets. I doubt the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust is going to be doing a moonshot and Bitcoin's going to be going down. But hey, I've been wrong before. I said back in 2022, NASDAQ is probably going to get ready to do a moonshot, pretty aggressive moonshot. Didn't think it was going to go that high like it has. And I thought, oh, I bet Bitcoin's going to do a pretty good moonshot, a little baby moonshot for Bitcoin, coming out of the bottom in November of 22. And there were some smoke shows in the coins, which I said was going to be coming. Rendered token, injector protocol, the list went on and on and on. A lot of money was made in that time. So now we're in a little bit different area. And I think, the risk is getting more. As Bitcoin goes up more and more and more, those are late longs, are not in it yet. They are actually taking on more risk, in my opinion, by not entering in. Let's say, Bitcoin. Here's Bitcoin down here, right? There's more risk is up here, in my opinion, than it is down here, just based on numbers, guys. Okay, so Grayscale Bitcoin Trust. So here's the deal. Looking at this this asset, and made videos on this one too. I said, more than likely, Grayscale, when it was over here, coming down right here, this is pretty tough in this area, but it's going to come up and make this shot. And it seems like it's going to peak out December, January. I got a couple targets on there, all the way out to possibly even May of 24. Can you believe that? Can you believe that? When's the halving? The halving's like right around there too, right? And if GBTC is over in this area and it starts going down, right? So here's the thing, right? I'm checking this out. I think some strange things. You want to be cautious, okay? When Bitcoin, like I said, Bitcoin is going to be going up somewhere between. I got weekly fib targets now on Bitcoin, updated fib targets for 43, 44,000 on Bitcoin. Okay, so that's a weekly, daily fib targets 43. 36 to 40,000. Weekly is a little bit higher. Obviously, monthly is much higher. So the deal is here with GBTC is I'm pretty sure it's going to be making this trek. And just the way it's set up and it's structured, guys. So what I'm going to be doing is I got to see how this whole wave is going to unfold, okay? More than likely, it's going to make a 5-way move up there, guys, okay? It could be a 3-way move, but I don't know, but I think it's going to be a 5-way move. It's 1, 2, it's going to do a 3. I think it's going to get into that pink area fairly quick, like within the next 2 or 3 months, and then another correction, and it's going to pop its head probably up to these areas. There's going to be a correction back down there, guys, okay, on GBTC. Bitcoin's pretty much going to do the same thing, wherever this ends up. So, like when it was right here at 40, 50 bucks, let me say 52 bucks, right? Is when Bitcoin was at 67K. Now, that doesn't mean if GBTC is right here that Bitcoin is going to be at 67K. I'm just giving you ballpark numbers, okay? But it does probably mean that Bitcoin is going to be in the ballpark, somewhere in there. It could be at 58, could be, maybe it's at 72. Don't know. But I don't think, like, this whole 175, guys, I'm looking into that. I don't think that's happening. I just don't think that's happening. Don't plan for that one. Just like have your bags, right? So you're here. And if it does happen, then you're good. Okay. So that's how I'm looking at that. I know I'm like a little flustered right now, guys, because, you got a plan. Now, if the Grayscale and Bitcoin are going to be making their trek, here's Bitcoin on the weekly. You see this fair value gap, the supply zone up here, a weekly fib target right there at the middle of that. Okay. And the fair value gaps and supply zones, assets notoriously do half fills. They don't have to fill the whole thing. They touch it and do half fills. I see it more. They touch, back down, half fill, back down. They rarely go all the way through it. but that's on the weekly, that's an area 43,000 for Bitcoin. Okay. So you're looking at 46, maybe even as high as 56%. If Grayscale is going to be making a move up here, back down, and maybe one more push up like that, I'm going to think that Bitcoin could possibly be doing the same thing. Okay. So data algos suggesting that that could be going on. I just need more of it to unfold to do that. Okay. So this area that Grayscale and Bitcoin are in, this is not unusual for this massive first wave, if you want to call it a first wave. Okay, we're going to call it a first wave for right now. If this is a first wave, you got 3, 4, 5 to go. So this is 1, 2, 1, 2 potentially, right? It's very common for the first of the third wave to take its time, just like it's doing right there, guys. Okay, so it's like over here. You see this first wave, and then the third wave takes off. So the first wave is a struggle, if you will, if you want to call that a struggle. But you see the similarities here. You got resistance all through here. Came back down right there. It scared people. I'm sure that scared people, and then it took off. And you got a very similar scenario. You know, all this resistance right here. It's just hanging out right there, right there. And there are so many people. I watch them on YouTubes and Twitter, and they're so sure this thing is going to be dropping like a rock, going down below 20K. Okay. And I'm telling you, the probabilities is up. There's higher probability that Bitcoin is going up. Okay. I could be wrong. But I don't think so, guys. This thing wants to go up. So those people that are waiting for the lower price, the 20K or 24K, they're going to FOMO in at 45K. Okay. And if it gets above 35, I'll say that. If it gets above 40, they'll be FOMOing in, and they'll be coming in. That's actually more risk, guys, if you think about that. Enter in a Bitcoin at 45K rather than 20K is much more risk than, believe me, it is. So what am I going to do here? So you got a similar pattern. I went over that. So you see this whole similar thing, this black trend line that I have right here, touching on that, and then it's going to come back down. So let me take a look at this. Okay. 28.3. 28.3, guys, is the number. Okay. 28.3, which is right about here. Okay. So you see this 40 period moving average on the daily. So it's going to go like this and maybe a few more days. So it's going to go something like that, right? Because Bitcoin's coming down. So this is not going up. It's going to kind of start doing like that, right? So I would not be shocked to see something like this, guys. And that's 28.7. And it might come back down here just like this, okay? Like something like that. And now you got the 200. Here's the 200 right here, too. You got to look, see the 200 is coming up like this. This is a 200 simple moving average. It's coming up like that. So it might be in the 28. So it actually could bounce, and then it could get out of there like that, guys. Okay. So you can see on the 9-period simple moving average, I went along it, boom, finally went through it. It's sandwiched between those two, and you see it's probably going to come back down, and boom, and it's going to get sandwiched between these two. And I would not be surprised to see it in this sandwich, and then it can get out of there like that, guys. So that's what I'm doing. I have these targets 29.2 to pick up some Bitcoin, 28.595. I got them up a little bit higher because, you know, I want to make sure they hit. And then I'm thinking, you know, this 27.6 was going to be another one. I might have to put two. I might put one here at 28.1 and then another one here at 27.6. So I got four. I got four coming. Boom. And then if it comes down here, boom, and it comes there, boom, and it comes there, boom, you know? So that's how I'm looking at it for the ride up to 36 to 40K, more or less, is what I would be expecting. Now with Bitcoin, let's see here. Let me go to a weekly chart, right? So Bitcoin's going to bounce out of there like that, right, guys? So you see this way right here. So if this is, so here you got your way 1, 2, and this is a 1, 2, okay? As a matter of fact, let me put on some fib targets here. 50%. Check 50% too, guys. 50%, right, on logarithmic and on Oh yeah, look at that. That's 50%. Let's put on linear. Yeah, linear hits 50% right there, guys, at 28,198, 28,200 and round it up. Okay. So that's really going to be a good target right there, guys. And if it does hit that, if it bounces right off that 50%, that's a really, really good signal that this is a 1-2, in my opinion, guys. Or definitely some sort of impulse wave, whether you want to call it a third wave or ABC. But the deal is, if this is a 1-2, and this is a 1-2, this is a 1-2, you can pretty much expect, you just take, you got this line right here, you can go like this, it's going to go up 35, 36K, right? A little retrace down to that area. So about 35K, right? So it'll pop up. This one probably be a little bit higher because say it's a third wave, and then it's going to come back down, right? It come back down, another correction, and that gets you up to the that number right there. You see that? 43K. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's how I'm looking at that, guys. That'd be a pretty good little run from 20, let's say 28, like 60%, almost 50, 60% is what I'd be checking out, guys. Okay. Now you want to, a lot of people are going to get bearish. They're going to give you their opinions and what they believe that's going to be happening. I don't care what people believe. I have beliefs on all kinds of other things, right? What are the probabilities? When you're in the markets, you have to talk probabilities and possibilities, because that's what it is. And you try to eliminate, like you got like, okay, probability to do this, probability to do this, possibility to do this. And you're trying to like, okay, what's the highest probability, right? So you want to hear all the bearishness. When this starts coming down a little bit, if it does get down to say 29 and 28, starts hanging out in there, you want to see all the bearish news, bearish. And that's definitely going to be even a better signal for Bitcoin, for them to say, oh, it's at 28, so it must be coming down to 27, it must be coming down to 26, it must be coming down to 27. So you want to embrace that and go, oh yeah, perfect. That's what I look for. I'm going, okay, here's my targets. Now let me go check the sentiment. What's going on? Yeah, they're getting bearish. Perfect. Boom. Then you snag it, right? And then out of there, boom, like that. Okay. So you want to see that. If everybody here was bullish, okay, I'd be like, wait a second. I don't know about that one, but I definitely think this one's going to be making a rocket shot, guys. Okay. Rocket shot or moonshot or, I wouldn't say a smoke show. The altcoins, there's some altcoins that might do some smoke shows, but I don't think there's going to be a Bitcoin smoke show like this. I mean, hope so, but I'll tell you what, right here, here's the deal. When this thing gets up here, all right, you're going to have all over Twitter, man. This thing is going to 150, 175, 225, 250, 275, 500, 850, things like that, guys, when it gets up there. So that's definitely, you have a little bit of it right here. You have a little bit of it right here, and it's going to get, once it gets up there, you're definitely going to hear all those things. So at the end of the day, once it gets up here and it gets up to 48 and Bitcoin is in this area, it's time to be cautious. Think about this. 1, 2, this could be a 3, 4, and then a 5. Okay. And they can come into a correction, kind of like GBTC over here, guys. That's what I'm expecting. 1, 2, it's going to get up there, 3, 4, and then a 5. Just like in this area, kind of like just like that. Okay. And on GBTC, if my count is correct, okay, because to me, you could go 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and this thing's going to do the mega moonshot in 2025. That it's going to be so high, fast, and furious that nobody's going to even they blink, and the GBTC goes from 45 to $60 in a day or something like that. But I don't think so, guys. This is what it is. More than likely, let's be real here. Right? So you got a shot right there, mega first wave, second wave. This is a 3-wave move. Okay, it didn't break the high right there. So 3-wave move, and the last one is a impulse move. Okay, they could do that. This would be a leading wedge. It's a leading wedge. Okay, you see that? Leading wedge. This is why Litecoin went sideways for 5 years. If you bought Litecoin right there, well, you're still in the same spot over here 5 years later. 5 years later, guys. I think Litecoin's in the same pattern. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, and it'll come to 5. Now, if my analysis is correct, GBTC is going to have pretty severe correction once you see it up there. Like, you're going to want to sell it. If it's up there at $60 and you're in this, I'll tell you what, Kathy Woods, if you're listening, you might want to dump it. So That's what I'm thinking, or at least get some out of there. But what's going to happen is on these patterns, it is they like to come to between the fourth wave bottom and the second wave bottom. So that's why I have this box over here. You can see that would be the up here top target, and then back down for that bottom target, guys. So if Grayscale Bitcoin Trust is going to do that, check this out. Not Grayscale, but a Bitcoin or Grayscale, excuse me. Grayscale Bitcoin Trust is going to go boom, and then it could be making a trek back down here. Okay. Then, Bitcoin's back up here, wherever it may end up. You can see something over here too. Now, that's not to say that it's going to go very deep or anything like that. We just don't know yet, guys. But I think once Bitcoin is up here, and I'm pretty confident it's going to be coming to test the 46, 48, 43, 48, and maybe even a boom up there at 55. I'm pretty confident of that going into the end of the year, and there's going to be a correction. How deep is that going to be? I have no idea, guys. Just have to wait till we get there. But I'll tell you one thing. Once Bitcoin gets up here and you're in some alts and stuff and you got some gains in your alts, I would definitely be taking some off the table. I'm telling you, man, don't be like holding on to those things, because Bitcoin is going to do that and Ethereum is going to do that. That means altcoins are going to do the same thing too, right? So get some, take some off the table, guys. A little bit of a warning and plan it out. Have a plan. Like if Bitcoin, like this is like common sense. Crypto seems to be the type of place where, oh yeah, let's just buy the dip, and if it goes up, it goes up, it goes up. Like a plan. Okay, Bitcoin. Let's say Bitcoin's top. If it appears to be topping here, then you should be exiting. Or if you get signals that's topping in this area and it's going to be coming back down. I'm not saying that it is, but then you should be taking some off the table. And a lot of what's going on here too with Bitcoin is you got all the people that jumped in over here, right? So you got people that bought Bitcoin at 28K, at 36K, at 51K, and they bought it at 42K, and maybe even they bought some at 51K. Because you know why? Because they listened to Plan B. Because Plan B over here, this Plan B guy was telling them, oh yeah, guys, it's going like that right there. Okay. I'm telling you, man, I work for institutions and insurance companies. I got the credentials and it's going up, right? So, but he was wrong. So now these people are pissed off and they see that it's going up over here. And because they're pissed off and they're emotional about it, they're saying, and they're listening, maybe Bloomberg or CNBC, some people on Twitter, and they're saying, oh yeah, that's the top. And they're just like, you know what? I'm cutting out, and I'm good. Bitcoin doesn't have a future, or whatever they're thinking in their head. But that's why we're stalling in that area, guys, in my opinion. Stalling in that area. You have selling going on, not from people taking profits, not the people that believe in Bitcoin, not from the people that are smart money, if you will. The people got this. They're not selling. These people over here are selling over here. Okay, that's what's going on. That's why you have a little bit of a struggle. Once it pops, boom, 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 just like so. Okay, guys. Same thing with GBTC. Okay, so just pay attention. You want to pay attention to this one right here too, guys. And GBTC, in my opinion, looks a little bit more bullish than Bitcoin. Like I like GBTC really January, and even as out to April, May of 24, that this could be into a trend, guys. And you're looking at another, what is that? We're in July, August, going into August, right? Yeah. So, you're looking at another 8, 9, 10 months possibly that this could be going up and to the right, potentially. And it could be the same thing for Bitcoin. So more than likely, if this is a 5-wave move, and this is a 5-wave move, once it gets up into the fourth wave area is going to be a long drawn out area, guys. It's going to be something like this. So April to June, something up there could happen. A long drawn out, let's see, 63 days, and it's hanging out sideways here. So like 3 months. So it could get up here, boom, 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 and then it could go sideways for 2 or 3 months, and then one last boom, and then it's done. Okay, guys, that's how I'm looking at that. Give you a little bit of what I'm looking at. My plans: 175K Bitcoin. Hey, maybe it'll happen. We'll find out, but I'm not too much of a fan of something like that. That's a little too moon boyish for me. I like to be a little bit more realistic. Realistic is just this area, guys. I mean, a reality of it, 43, 48, a tag to 56. Could have pushed up a little bit more, very well could, 69 or something like that. We're just not going to know, just not going to know until we get up there, guys. And then you can get an idea what's going on with Bitcoin and these assets and take a look at that. So if you made it all the way to the end, do me a huge favor, drop a like, hit the subscribe button. Peace.